On the road, ready, folks? Okay, gentlemen, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Is anybody with it electronically, John? No, Miss Company. Okay, are there any announcements? Not hearing any. I'd like to move to, make an approval of the agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Agenda is approved. Public forum, anybody wishing to speak in front of the chairs. Empty chairs, nothing's going on. Okay,
Crickets.
yeah, so I will make a motion to approve the consent calendar. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved in second. Yes,
I got one that I want to pull.
oh, yes, go ahead, Rick. Which one would you like?
The minute.
Minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, very good, sir. Okay. So with that said, I would like to, oh wait, Bill Park System Natural Resource Letter of Support. That's the, yeah, give me one quick moment, gentlemen. Sorry about that. Is that the one for the natural resources, John? Okay, I would like to pull that one as well. So I rescind my motion and I would like to make a motion to approve items B through H and remove items A and L.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
It's approved. Let's go to item A. Go ahead, Lee.
On page 6, just a correction.
Correct.
Under, let's see, line 4, the zebra mussel.
Nice catch.
There's it's listed as being, the sniffing dog demo is gonna be at Silver Lake. It's either at Silver Lake or some other Washington County lake. So I don't want people getting the impression that for sure it's gonna be there.
Oh, okay. We'll make that correction, Mr. Engineer.
And with that change, I would move to approve the minutes.
I will second your motion. Moved and seconded.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
That is approved. Just one quick question. Do you have any idea what kind of dog that is?
I don't.
Okay.
You know, you could train
Can we
your
make a
dog.
joke?
I've seen them. And I don't. I've seen at least one of them, and I don't recall them being
A
really.
Portuguese water dog.
Yeah, my brother has one of those. They're really beautiful dogs.
And they work too.
They didn't strike me as being a really powerful breed, but
Yeah.
somehow I don't know.
It's how you trim them. Okay, our next item is item L. John, I would like to make a correction, if that's okay with everybody. On paragraph 3, the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. The second line, district's strategic goal of building a resilient system to address the potentially increasing impacts of larger, more frequent rain events. That's it. Is that okay with everybody?
So you want to add potentially?
Potentially, and I want to remove driven by climate change. Okay,
Well,
yes, sir.
I think the data clearly shows that there's a very significant trend in increasing events, so I don't think it's potential, I think it's real. So,
But if the reason I said that is because I want to generalize, just in case we get a drying trend. And,
yeah,
Yeah,
well, I mean, yeah, all right, the data, the period of record goes through
right.
drought cycles and high water cycles and the whole bit, but, yeah.
Sound okay to you, gentlemen? John, that's fine. Okay, with that said, those changes, Mr. Engineer, John. Okay, I will move to add that to the consent calendar. Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
It is done. Okay, very good. Okay. business and reports, administrator engineer. The draft for manager's tour route, okay? Let's get this. John, very quickly, clerk, it all looks good. Do we have a map by chance?
There's a link in the memo, if you want to pull up the electronic version. I can do that. You want to turn around and walk?
Yeah, are the managers comfortable with this? Let's see what's. Gonna be under.
The draft itinerary basically starts at what's it called, the Lakewood Tavern, which is right off of Keats in 94. So by the Dairy Queen and the Tesla dealership, that area.
Okay,
And this doesn't show up because Google Maps only allows so many sites.
okay.
But then we go from there down to Bellwood Conservancy, which, so southeast. Okay.
John, I think you might be sharing the wrong screen for,
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Good. I'm looking at my screen now. It's your screen. So let me see if I can figure out how to do that.
I kept thinking it was just gonna load and then I'm like, I wonder if he's looking at it. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was going to. Come on down. There you go, perfect. Can you see it? Don, can you see it okay?
Yeah.
Start at Lakewood Tavern, which again is near Dairy Queen and the Tesla dealership and the Gardner School, all recent permits by the Watershed District. And then make our way through the Elmo Woodbury down to Bellwyn Conservancy to see their new science nature center. From there, we go down toward the village of Afton, and there's a couple of plant grants that have recently been reimbursed that we could drive by and see. Could drive by and see the burn that you discussed at a few meetings with was it the VFW or the Veterans Memorial and St. Mary's Point, and make our way up to Rest Area Pond, which Secretary Brock suggested that we visit if we have time.
Yeah, you know, on that one, if we went that way through the rest area, I think it would be a long walk, but you know, if we go down the road by the gravel pit and just drive on the bike trail, are we gonna get thrown in jail and
No,
can we get through the gates?
Well, what we usually do when we go out there and inspect it, we go into the rest area and then we hop the curb and backtrack
Yeah,
and go on the
Yeah.
bike trail. But we'll have a rental van that I don't know if it has the spot, if it has the right traction to
four-wheeling.
go in the vegetation
Yeah.
and through the gate.
cause like I said,
I think
it'd be a bit of a hike and maybe, you know, it might be tight on time if we,
Yeah,
so
so
I'm not sure we're gonna make this schedule.
if it's looking good, I think we could maybe do it.
All right.
If people aren't up to it, we can skip it.
Yeah, but we can get through the gate. You don't have to crawl up or climb over like I did when I snuck in that time. Okay.
We'll make sure we get a key from conservation district. Our key should work, but. Make sure.
Right, we're authorized anyway, right?
Yes.
We'll just come in like we own. Shouldn't be a problem.
Then from there, make our way up to Bean Pond where all these houses have been purchased. See that area?
Yes, Legion.
And then come back down Lake Elmo Avenue, and there are some old BMPs that we could see right there, and can also see the new Lake Elmo Elementary School. There's also some BMPs in this area off of Third Street. They're relatively old. And then make our way back to where we started.
We were not able to make a stop at in Armco's property.
I thought
Just
about
leave
it, but there, I don't think there's really anything to see because it's just a person's backyard. He installed the flood-proofing wall. Inspector Brower or Josh Phillips looked at it. He's taken all that apart and put it in storage.
Oh,
If
okay.
if
And
you'd like
yeah,
to see the backyard, we can maybe work something out, but I don't think there's
Yeah.
really anything.
yeah, it just seemed like such an interesting system
I guess.
that if we're able to see it, that would be good. It sounds like we're not really able to see it.
Josh
Okay,
has a
thank
lot
you.
of, Josh Phillips has a lot of photos
Yeah.
of the system set up.
Mhm.
So that could be looked at, but it's quite a bit of work for him to unload it and set it all up.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Especially if it's really raining hard and water's rising fast.
Are there other stops? Are there different things that the district managers would like to see?
Down in Afton, we can't possibly stop at, Vice President Pereira's house, right? No, okay.
It's nearby.
It's a thought. Never mind.
We can look at a great spot I have for a cost share grant on my front yard. Get a 3 qual from the president on that one.
Point of justification. Okay,
I was gonna actually offer to host, but Lynn and I are hosting my end of year fishing club event that Saturday, and I think it's a bit too much stress for her.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Whenever we're thoroughly cleaning the house, when our kid was little, he would say, "Who's coming to visit?"
Yeah. We'll hang our hats on that. Did you get that buffalo yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty soon, pending, a couple weeks.
Put his head down. I got jackets on. One big one. Okay. Very good, sir. So. Mr. Attorney, anything?
Nothing from me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Inspector.
Yes, President Marchand, managers, I was out of town and did not submit a report for the packet, but I do, because we've had some significant rainfall. I
Yeah.
do have some things to review with you.
Okay.
I was out of town, I came back, I think it was the evening of the 16th, I was notified by Engineer Hansen, and folks from Bellwin. In the evening of the 16th, on the Bellwin property on Indian Trail in their wetland complex that sits west of Lake Edith, the beaver dam ruptured, they caught it on their camera. They claim an 8-foot wall of water came down from that wetland. The
Wow.
wetland dropped a good 4 to 6 feet. The lake came up over everyone's docks. There is an outlet on the lake.
Yeah.
Um,
Or Friendship Electric.
yeah, it is. And there's an outlet with a beaver baffle on it. So I did go out there in the morning and met with some of the homeowners that lived there, Bellwin. The lake was really high. We're at Randy Meyer's place, is right on that corner.
At the outlet, yeah.
Yeah, if you ever want to get on the lake, I think I can connect you with him.
I would like
I think
that.
I can, because it's quite the fishery.
Okay,
Anyway.
I know it is.
So this wall of water came through, and one of the big concerns of the homeowners on the lake is that it washed through all these a big bunch of cattails. And so there's all these floating bogs of cattails. And of course, they're concerned, are these going to take root now? Not that they didn't already have cattails, but
Yeah.
so that was a concern. There was a bridge on the Bellwin property below the beaver dam that pretty much acted as a secondary dam, and everything washed around it. So that will have to be redone on their part. But basically, nature's going to take its course. It takes a while for the lake to come down. It did come back down, actually, probably over a week's time or less.
It's based on Washington Conservation
Yeah.
District water readings.
It-
You wouldn't even notice if they didn't catch the peak. So
Yeah, there was a peak in there because I was up, and then I looked downstream to see if it was anything downstream of it, but nothing, because the lake absorbed it all.
Really?
And so I was keeping an eye on the beaver baffle. So was the
The what?
Bellwin, the beaver baffle. It's a T-shaped device that is at the culvert under Indian Trail, so the beavers don't jam it up and create a dam. So it's a DNR kind of sponsored design device.
Yeah.
But there's grates on each side of it, and you've got to kind of get in there and rake it out so that it doesn't get plugged. But everything's good there now, but it was a lot of excitement, a lot of contacts by the neighborhood over there. John Hanson did share, there's a contractor that has a device, a mechanical device for, picking up floating debris. We're not recommending it. We don't have any idea how good they are, but we shared it with them. If they want to pay somebody to come out and remove cattails and probably get a permit from the DNR, they can do that. So
Permit is required for cattail removal?
probably,
Yeah.
they weren't looking to go out and mechanically pull. They were looking to get out and, because they were trying to in their pond because they can't have motorized, they can only have electric motors on that lake. Really heavy, those bogs, to try to pull them and move them.
Oh, yeah.
Super heavy, so anyway, I'm not sure anything will come of that. But,
So was there beaver trapping in there? I mean, mostly
they don't
beavers that are
wanna-
on the ball, usually don't let their dam get,
Well, there's speculation. That some people upstream may not have been happy, the water might have been backing up on their land. Because I'm not sure how a beaver dam of that size jammed with cattails and whatever else just bursts. I have no idea. It just seems suspicious that all of a sudden at night, one night, it just opens up and drops the wetland by 4 to 6 feet. So it's kind of curious.
So out of curiosity, what's the legality on that? Are citizens allowed to tear down a beaver dam?
Not to trespass on someone else's property without permission, I don't think so. So I don't, and the thing about, the beavers, of course, just lost their winter spot. Because it's dropped way down, there's not enough water in there, so they may have to just leave, I don't know. Yes,
I wouldn't be surprised if they have something rebuilt before.
they were rebuilding the next day, there were new branches going in when I was down there, so.
Well,
They were not there, but you could see
Yeah,
that there was new stuff going in, so.
yeah. It's amazing.
Anyway, it was kind of an interesting little tale there and, but they don't intend to trap out the beaver. They intend to just leave them. If it
Okay.
becomes an issue, maybe they'll figure something out.
So I love driving down Indian Trail because I love going by that wetland complex. In fact, I drove by it today and at this time of year, when the waterfalls start moving, you can see a lot of waterfall in there when they start migrating. And it seemed like there was more surface vegetation on the wetland, but it didn't seem really low.
No, it's probably, it's at normal stage now.
Okay.
I mean, all their docks, this lake doesn't fluctuate. People don't have like the floating docks on a pier where it can go up and down like in the
Yeah.
river. So I mean, their docks were underwater. People were pulling all their stuff off the docks if they had things because they were underwater by a foot. So it was interesting. There is a wetland south of Lake Edith across the street, but that's not connected via any kind of outlet from the lake unless it's underneath, I would imagine. So that was an interesting story for the week. Other couple other quick hits. The Islamic Center had reworked their infiltration basin here about 2 weeks ago. And I can confirm after a big rain this week, it's working. So that was good.
Down on the south side of their property?
Yeah, they added more parking lot and they added a gym.
Okay.
And so they had to add another infiltration basin, but it is working. So that's good news. Goddard School in Woodbury is landscaped and sodded. I would expect to close that out this fall as soon as the seed takes hold. We had a complaint on Hidden Bay Court in Lake Elmo. There's a homeowner who was renovating a house. Last time he didn't have silt fence up, so I talked to him about it. This time with the heavy rain, his yard hasn't been sodded or seeded or anything. It all washed into the little wetland. So we had a discussion about that. Hopefully he said this week they were gonna start working on the yard, so. I did tell him his silt fence was installed backwards and not exactly, wasn't trenched in, so.
No.
There's that. Bridgewater Village, the irrigation ponds nearing completion. They're gonna start reworking the infiltration basin next week. There was a permit last year, Herman Shoreline on, Olson. And, that's done. That permit's gonna close out. No issues at the Amazon site. I did stop at the Toft and Sandal homes that the Watershed purchased. Just checked in, no issues there.
Did you get a key by chance?
I have keys. for
Oh,
it,
good.
yeah. So I,
Tom's called me and
yeah, I just check on them just when I'm in the area, just to make sure. We had one home up on, the Sunnybrook area where kids were breaking in that old farm. When after we bought it, and so I'm just kind of checking to make sure like no one's in there causing trouble and, doing whatever, so dumping stuff. Goose Lake looks okay. Silver Lake Outlet was 9 inches over the weir, so it's flowing strong. No issues at the XL pole replacement after all the heavy rains. I've been checking infiltration basins, multiple infiltration basins, to make sure they're working. One of our long stories here, a permit at Springs at Lake Elmo. Recently reported that they used a material to line the storm sewer pipes to stop the leaking under the wall. And I was out there Monday morning after our heavy rain. They had 2 3/4 inches of rain out there. Well, the water was not running at the time I was there from under the wall, but it had been. And it eroded it away again at the bottom of the wall and down this slope. But then I noticed it was running out from the southeast corner of the complex and running down into Tesla's parking lot and in their storm sewer. Water was just pouring out underneath. So I suspect, even though they've lined these pipes, I just, think that maybe their tanks are leaking. Because I'm not sure where else that water would be coming from. But it was coming out now in 2 places under the wall. It wasn't run, in the past, we've had a lot of rain, the one spot was running all the time. So it had been running during the heavy rains. The other one though was kind of news to me when I saw that one. I took pictures, sent it off to the permit holders. They're gonna have to do some real investigation. They're gonna need to provide us proof that when they find it, here's what it looks like, here's how we repair it. And this is just an ongoing sag that's been going on for more than 2 years, I think. So we have not closed that permit. We still hold a surety on it. So, and of course, their neighbors are concerned because that water's coming on their property, so,
Yeah.
If that wall had an issue, not that the wall has an issue, but it could get beyond your something.
Is there an access point to the tanks?
I'm sure there's some kind of a manhole to it. They should go in and take a look at it and drop down and investigate it. I'm not gonna go in there, but I'm not certified for that. You have to be certified for that, for those enclosures, so. Anyway, that's one of those the squeaky wheel that we have over there in the demo. Valley Creek roadworks in progress, should be laying asphalt next week. And that should be about it. It's probably enough.
yeah. John, I have a quick one. Our last meeting, the folks with that particular permit, and is there any development on that?
As far as managers, they submitted information to us. Some information to us on Monday. We're still waiting for additional information. We're reviewing it. They likely need to make some adjustments in order to take on those vehicles. Provide additional information.
Okay. They didn't say anything about going back into the pond and dredging or anything.
Their plan is that they would construct a wet pond and iron enhanced sand filter combination.
Would they still leave the, John, would they still leave the drain tile in that other pond then?
The current plan is no, they reconfigure that whole
Just-
area. It's the same footprint, but reconfigured.
So it'd be all wet pond?
No,
No?
there'd be a pretreatment cell that's different than what the pretreatment cell is now.
Okay,
And then iron hand hill sand filter after that, but that does not conform to the PCA's design standards for iron hand sand filters, so they need to within.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Inspector. Welcome. Okay, managers, resolution 2025-10. I have read this. I have no changes. We don't need to read this. Okay, good. I don't want to get emotional or something.
I'll move resolution 2025-10.
I will second that motion.
As pre-read is my only modification to your motion.
Okay. As pre-read, I will move resolution 2025-10. Thank you.
She's training you too.
She's got to earn her paycheck now.
I will second that motion. Moved and seconded.
Aye.
Aye. Very good. That's squared away. And then we have FYI expenditures from the bank grants. By the way, do the managers have anything else under managers by chance? Sure. Future business, Watershed District Tour, October 6th, 4 PM or 1600. I assume everybody's gonna be there. Is Mr. Bill gonna join us for that? Perfect. Workshop regarding cost share program, Baytown, that's October 8th. And that's at 5 PM. The Watershed District meeting on the 9th and the 23rd of October. I assume everybody will attend that. Okay. Budget workshop with Washington County, squared away. John will provide us with another reminder. And Minnesota Watershed's annual conference, Grandview Lodge in Nisswa, December 3 and 5. So we'll gear up for that.
Mr. President, managers, are all of you attending? Because I'd like to make reservations because rooms fill pretty quickly.
Where is it? It's not in the same place where we were at last time.
It is the same place as last
The
time.
exact same place. Oh, yeah.
They looked out for, but there wasn't anything available. They're looking hard at this thing called Convention Center, which is actually
It was a
a very
nice
nice
venue.
convention center, but they're booked up for like a while, so.
Yeah.
So,
That's your question, planning.
I'll make reservations for everybody and we can cancel if something changes.
Right, thank you. Okay, that's squared away.
You do have a meeting October 23rd, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Finally, motion to adjourn.
Second.
So moved and seconded.
Aye.
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 Boom.
We set a record.
Not